Last week, we discussed the overall mission of Foundation's integrated medical and sports health with Dr. Todd Muncie. And today, Samantha Fox joins us to delve deeper into one of the services that are offered by Foundations. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good. Before we get into infusion therapy, which is what we're going to talk about today, let's talk about why Muncie Family Chiropractic became Foundations.
Muncie Family Chiropractic became Foundations. Dr. Muncie always had a dream to kind of help his patients further beyond his services. And when you come together in the medical field, you know, when you visit a doctor, you have to go to this specialist and you need to go to this specialist. He kind of had a dream to provide that foundation of care, of health care in one building.
One stop.
One stop.
Yeah.
So in including me in his services, we've been able to offer more things like IV nutritional therapy to our patients that come into the clinic, and we're also able to offer joint injections into the clinic as well.
And you know, you mentioned it a couple of times, and I mentioned it there. IV nutritional therapy. I mean, it sounds pretty simple on the surface, but there's a lot goes into it.
There is a lot more that goes into it, and a lot of people don't realize just simple things like being dehydrated or having a few vitamin deficiencies can cause a lot of health problems. And they can cause things like fatigue and just general fatigue. People might think, oh, I'm working too hard, but really it might be a vitamin deficiency that they have.
And we're talking about infusion therapy. What exactly happens there?
So they would come into the clinic, we would do a consultation and talk about what they're looking for in their daily life. Where's their daily life lacking? What do they need? Do they need certain vitamins? Are they dehydrated? What can we implement into their daily regimen or implement into an infusion every 2 weeks or once a month that would help them function at their best level?
Do you do testing on them to find out what they're maybe lacking or insufficient on? We
can do blood work, but sometimes we do just a general conversation as well, and it depends on how often they're wanting to do this therapy. We want to regulate their levels, make sure that they're not getting too much, because sometimes too many vitamins is not a good thing. So we definitely take care to make sure that they're getting the right amount of what they're getting.
And you know, in the past, I was relating to you earlier off camera. I've actually taken B12 injections and vitamin D, but those are just some of the common ones, and you all offer those right there in the office.
We do. We offer vitamin B12 injections as well as vitamin D3 injections, and with the winter coming up, a lot of times people miss that vitamin D. They don't spend as much time outside, and that can lead to seasonal depression as well as fatigue. And I'd like to also talk about some of the infusions that we offer. We have an inner beauty infusion that we offer that helps with wrinkles. It can also help with hair, skin, and nails, people who have problems growing their hair. It has a great vitamin in it that we can offer. A lot of people have gotten that infusion, they love it, and they comment that they don't have to use as much lotion when they get that infusion. So it definitely hydrates the skin from the inside out. We also offer Quench, which is a great overall just general health therapy that we offer in the clinic, and it includes, I know Dr. Muncie's talked a lot about zinc and keeping your immune system healthy.
Which is very important right now.
Very important, and it has a high level of zinc in it to help with your immunity. So you're not only getting the hydration boost, you're also getting an immunity boost as well from that one.
And you talked about, you know, we'd mentioned, Amy had even asked you off camera about supplements. You all have supplements for sale there as well.
We do have supplements for sale. We have some high-grade supplements in the office that are a little bit higher doses that you can get over the counter. And we do have those for sale in the office.
And you were talking about joint injections. And you know, for someone who's had bad knees and a bad shoulder and stuff like, so very vitally important to keep that pain level down and to get the most you can out of those joints.
And one of our missions, we feel like society today treats surgery as a first option, not as a last option. And things that we do in the clinic help our patients keep that surgery as a last option and not their first option.
And I know a lot of folks agree with you there, because surgery is, you know, sometimes it's needed. Let's be honest.
Sometimes it is needed.
It is needed, but you need to do everything you can before you do that.
Absolutely, and we want to keep people functioning at their best level without the need of surgery. And then when it gets to that point, if it ever does, and it may not, with our services that we offer, which we're also including rehabilitation in the office now. We're doing physical therapy with our patients. So, and we've seen wonderful results with our physical therapy in the office.
And I know a lot of people are getting out and getting outdoors more because it's safer to be outdoors and be socially distant. But there are injuries and things that go along the wear and tear on your body. If you got something like that going on, Foundations is a great place to start.
Absolutely. We get a lot of people that call and say, hey, I fell. Would you care to come in? We also do x-rays in our office as well. So that's something we can x-ray, look at, say, hey, this is what we think you need. And you know, you've come in, you've got your adjustment for the day. You've also gotten that fall checked out, you know, and sort of that ties into the mission that we have at the clinic.
That one-stop shop for everything to keep you keep you happy and healthy.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Samantha, thank you so much for taking some time with us today. It is Foundations Integrated Medical and Sports Health, located right there on Moore Street in Bristol, Virginia. Give them a call. Check out their website as well.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by